A very good afternoon, everyone. So we are here for our life skills project, expert and interview. I am with my team to interview Dr.ajay Kumar. He is an expert of PSM. We are from SR University, first year, second semester. I would like to introduce my team. He is Navni, she is Vaishnavi, she is Kirandani, she is Karunya, and she is Vaishnavi Mashetti.
I'm Navni from SR University. Here, Dr. Ajay Kumar sir is a postgraduate student in Karkandin Medical College in the Department of Community Medicine. We are as a team come here to take interview of him about preventive measures in some important diseases. Start.
So everyone will be having their own inspiration and enthusiasm to choose a profession as a career path. What made you to choose as a doctor?
Yeah, thanks for asking me this question. To be frank, I'm not interested to become a doctor in my early years of life. It is my mother who gave her input to become a doctor. And so immediately after my 10th standard, I took BPC, taking her guidance. After coming into MBBS, I came to know that medical profession is not my cup of tea. So I chose to finish the course as such, and then at least in postgraduate, I wanted to take a branch which is up to my opinion or my interest. That's why I chose this community medicine as my dream branch.
So as you choose this community medicine as a dream work, what are more specifications you can mention?
Yeah, community medicine, it is a vast department which is encountering with the health of all the population as a whole. So regarding to the opportunities we have in this department, we can either go into teaching or we can either go into administration side, and we can also go into some national programs, or we can either reach into WHO level of working. So we have a multiple options to choose among. So as I am interested in teaching and administration part, in my post-graduation period, I am working on that, so that after finishing of my post-graduation, whatever the opportunity first comes to me, I'll go into it.
Can you share one notable memorable moment in your paper on your
Notable, yeah, academical or non-academical extracurricular activities.
You mentioned both.
Both. Academic is even before I'm coming into this post-graduation of community medicine. When I am a third year MBBS student, I didn't expect that many marks, but I topped in one of the internals in the same very branch. So that showed me that I am interested into this branch. That is academically I liked it, and extracurricular activities. I organized many events. One of the important one is a trip of our batch for North India, which was organized by me, and that is most memorable.
So community science is one of the branches we have never heard of, but it has its own importance. So how does this community science play a crucial role in people's lives?
Yeah, okay. For answering this question, let me ask you a small question. Right. Do you have the habit of washing your hands before eating food? Yeah. So usually, right from our early childhood, our parents have been teaching some habits in order to prevent some diseases from happening. So that is a part of our life. Eventually, the health becomes a lifestyle. The point is, we will be washing our hands before and after eating food, or before or after going to washrooms and all, anything. But that is a habit which is not read anywhere, and with that interest. As we are educated people, we will be having that awareness. But when we go to uneducated people, there are still many more people who don't know the healthy habits. That's why if we can just teach this habit, and if we can just improve them or help them improve their lifestyle, it would be very helpful for millions of people to change their lifestyle into a healthy way.
Another one is the immunity tips which we can give to people because people are suffering from many immunity conditions, and this is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So, what can we say about immunity and before and after pandemic situation?
Yes, immunity is something which is mostly related to the lifestyle, that is the food habits, the way how we plan our day, and external immunization programs and all. So when coming to the lifestyle, I would stress on the food what we take. So some immunity is related to both the genetics and also the individual habits. Because there are some conditions which are genetically heredited from families, that run in families from parents to the children, that we can't modify, but recent advances in genetic field is helpful in treating that immune disorders. But coming to the personal habits and all, there are very small tips which you have been hearing in social media and everything, that to cut down junk foods, to cut down calories, to do or healthy lifestyle, exercise, daily exercises and all, everything. So that a small change in your lifestyle will bring a greater impact on your health overall. And coming to immunity before and after COVID-19 is COVID-19 is not completely related to immunity. It is like the persons who are affected with COVID-19, if they are also having some immune disorders, they are more prone for getting adverse sequelae of the disease. But that question is something irrelevant.
Thank you. How do you balance your work life and your personal life, sir?
Thank you for asking me this question. So, that is a very nice question, which most of the MBBS aspirants are in a doubt to choose this, because in MBBS we'll be having sometimes a complete day of work, and sometimes even more than 24 hours of work to do. So in this regard, there are certain branches which will offer you 9 to 4 workings, and also certain branches where you have to be available 24/7. So how I chose is, it is personal interest. My personal life is very well maintained with the branch I chose. So I chose this branch taking into consideration all my personal life, my professional life, my economic status, financial life, and also my professional state. So basically, I consider my life into 4 components, as I've already mentioned: economic, like financial, professional, personal, and social component. And this branch will provide me all the components on needs required in every component.
How do you cope up with your stress? As you said, you are into teaching field. Then how can you maintain your stress and your anger issues?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking this question. Actually, when do we feel stress? Usually is when we don't get a clarity about what to do. So the stress you mentioned, I have been stressed, but not now. I am completely free of stress right now. Before taking a major decision in my life, I would be stressed more, because when you feel stress is when you wanted to do something and you are taking opinions of many other people. Everyone will give you different opinion, and what happens in the end, you will be confused. You'll be confused of to follow whom. But when you are confused, automatically you will think more, and when you think more, the stress will come. So the first thing to cope up stress is, you don't take too many opinions from too many people. You follow what you are interested in.
As of there are some harmful diseases like TB, diabetes, and AIDS. How can we prevent them?
Very good question. So sometimes it runs in families, and also it causes due to the major lifestyle issues of the person. So recently, all the junk foods that are being into the market and the unhealthy lifestyle, See, when I am in my schooling age, I used to play a lot outdoor games. But now the children and the younger ages, they used to get addicted to the mobile phones, no physical activity. Over a period of time, that physical inactivity results in genetic modifications, and that may lead to diabetes, because diabetes, we need physical activity to prevent diabetes, and we also need healthy food habits to prevent diabetes. Coming to tuberculosis, it is transmitted through coughing and sneezing, that type of thing. So if you know that person is having tuberculosis, asking him to wear a mask or asking him to put his shoulder like this before coughing, that will prevent transmission of tuberculosis from one person to other person. Then tuberculosis, HIV. Yeah, HIV is a disease, sexually transmitted disease. So there are some special targeted groups like sex workers and all. So if we can educate them how the disease is transmitted, so that education itself is a major step in preventing the disease, like uses of barrier contraceptive methods. Such type of things will help prevent these diseases.
As we heard in recent times, there are many cardiac arrests. Is there any reason for that, and how can we prevent it?
Yeah, I don't know the exact reason, because the studies have been conducted for knowing the reasons behind that. And previously, the studies mentioned that diseases related to heart are associated with the age factor. But in recent times, we have seen that many youngsters are also succumb to death due to cardiac reasons. So the reasons, they are still on research. And prevention aspects, again, I'll come back to the same basics: lifestyle. If you do 20 minutes to 1 hour of exercise, regular exercise daily, and if you are if you are having healthy food which is free of high cholesterol and all, again, you can get rid of cardiac diseases. Why I am repeating the same things is, the things which I'm speaking now, like inadequate physical activity and unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy food habits, all these are called under the term called risk factors. So there are certain set of risk factors which causes many diseases, and the diseases are diabetes, hypertension, as you said, the cardiovascular diseases, all these major diseases, obesity, and obesity itself is a risk factor for the above substance. So like that, prevention of risk factors is the major step in non-communicable diseases.
How maternity and childcare is related to community medicine?
Again, coming to the works of community medicine, we need to prevent diseases. So community medicine is a branch which is mostly dealing with prevention of diseases. So in earlier times, we will be having home deliveries, because the institutions are far away from villages, or sometimes transportation facility is not adequate. Home deliveries, as you always know, home deliveries without the proper educated person or a doctor, it is risk to both the baby and to the mother. So under community medicine, under national programs of our country, the standards for healthcare in terms of mother and child are increasing, like provision of 24/7 safe delivery services at the PHCs and CHCs, and also provision of transport facilities like ambulances and many other, like motivating the people to get to the hospital by giving incentives. All these are the initiatives which are targeted towards mother and child care.
Are there any dreadful diseases that people are unaware of?
Yes. Nice question. People are unaware means the only thing is mental disorders. So the mental disorders is nowadays it is of more weightage in the health of the people, because as you said, stress. As you asked me about stress, it is a kind of mental disorder or mental abnormality. And Yeah, mental disorders are related to the personality development and coping up of things, emotional intelligence. All these things are the ones which are most people are neglecting nowadays in day-to-day life. Because what feels normal for me may be abnormal for me or you. So that it is a very broad and vast subject to be studied in depth.
Process, how do we establish and build the trust with the patients?
Yes, not only for building up trust with the patient, for everything. The one thing which is going between you and me, that is the communication. So for each and everything, a person should develop nice communication skills. First of all, a good communication skill, a person with a good communication skill can develop or easily gain the trust of the people. So it should be most important for a doctor to have a good communication skill. That is the first thing. And there are little aspects of gestures that a doctor can show to a patient so that he can gain his or her trust. Like asking the questions in private and asking many questions and going in detail with the patient, that gains his trust.
It's like a quick struggle, educate the people how to eat good food.
Yeah. Yes. Educating the people is the toughest thing because the desire to get educated or the desire to gain knowledge should come within the population who is seeking to get some knowledge. So there is a thing called felt need. That is the patient or the people who are undergoing through some process, they have to feel that need that I wanted to get something from here. Then only we can educate them. Otherwise, it is a one-way process. If I wanted to make you, if without having any obvious disease in a patient or a person, if you go and ask him that you don't smoke, that you will be getting cancer in the future, he will never stop that. So I think that aspect is very time taking and one should have very much long patience for the change that we wanted. If you want a change, you should be very patient because change is the hardest thing to get.
So we find you that you are enjoying the field of neurology.
Yes, obviously, during my undergraduate period, I was a little bit stressed that, as I've already mentioned in my introduction, MBBS is not my choice, it's my mother's choice. So in my undergraduate period, I was a little bit a stressed type of thing. But now completely I'm enjoying my life to the fullest with all the components of life balanced equally.
Thank you for cooperating with us and sharing your valuable experiences and your advices makes our lifestyle.
Thank you so much. Thank you.